I'm Seth MacFarlane, the creator, executive producer of Family Guy. We are recording the orchestra for the Family Guy Live in Vegas album, and it's very exciting. It's probably the biggest band we've worked with, in the entire 5 years or so that we've been running, and it's great. We've been doing this for 2 days, and it sounds incredible. The idea for the Family Guy Vegas CD actually came from Charles Nelson Riley, which is kind of funny because, he has nothing to do with the show, and I've never met him, and we've never even talked. No, actually, it came from, it was something that we wanted to do a few years ago, and the show was not, hadn't achieved the stature, I suppose, that it has now, and so it wasn't anything that was, Fox really had interest in yet. And then when the show was announced, the show would be returning, there was a big merchandising push, and I called Robert Kraft, who's the president of Fox Music, and said, listen, maybe do this album now, and he has done a wondrous job of getting this thing made for us, getting this thing pushed through.
I loved the idea of having these characters who were very musical to begin with make a comedy and music record.
Will the soundtrack be edgier? Well, that's the fight we're fighting right now. It will be edgier content-wise. We're trying to give people a little bit more than maybe they can get from the show. There's still some debate as to how edgy we will be permitted to go, but we will. It's still up in the air. But the songs are all unique to the album. It's all material that was written specifically for the album. So it's just kind of nice. It's a wholly independent project. Yeah, I've always been interested in music, and I've always felt like it's a very, very important part of, certainly of animation, and that was one of the fights that I fought at the very beginning with Family Guy, was that we really wanted each episode to be scored, as The Simpsons does, as really, actually very few shows on television still use a live orchestra, but it just really, I think, classes up a show, and just even if you're not aware of the difference, I think even on a visceral level, it just elevates the viewing experience.
I'm Walter Murphy, and I've co-written the songs for the Family Guy in Vegas album with Seth MacFarlane and done the musical arrangements. Well, I met Seth MacFarlane a few years ago. When he was just beginning the show, and Carol Farhat here at Fox introduced us, and we hit it off, and we worked together on the theme for Family Guy, the main title song, and then started doing episodes together. And so since the series started, I've scored episodes, and my good friend Ron Jones has also. And we alternate every week, and that's how we've been doing it.
You should buy the album because it's a good thing to do when you're wasted and your wife's out of town and there's nobody to have sex with.